At this time, we have University of Oklahoma on the dais. From Oklahoma, we have head coach, Coach Gasso, student athlete, Aaron Miller, student athlete, Shay Knighton, student athlete, Fale Avu, student athlete, Leah Woodcock.
Wodak.
Excuse me, Wodak. I'm sorry, Coach. And student athlete, Paige Parker. Sorry. All right, Coach, general comments about the game, then we open up for questions.
Yeah, well, first of all, I have to, in victory and or defeat, we give God the glory. We took a journey that he led us on, and we just continue to work hard as a group. A lot of people talked about us being young, and we never let that give us any reason for excuse. But before I get into anything, I want to thank everybody that participated in helping this event go on, from All Sports Association and our great University of Oklahoma. And I thought the umpiring, so forth, was fantastic. And the NCAA and all those who helped, we really appreciate putting on such a great event. And I also need to absolutely congratulate Auburn. What a great team. Very well coached. They made us have to play so much better. They made us better. Clint Myers and his staff are tremendous. They do their homework. They knew what they were doing. They have some great athletes, and I congratulate them. They definitely were one of the toughest teams we faced this season. So I felt our team definitely took the hard road through this. We had to open up with Alabama, and that was a very tough game. And then on to, who did we play next? Michigan? I don't even know. Michigan, LSU. I mean, we played some of the best in the country. So I definitely feel like this team earned every second of our success because they played from the first pitch to the last. I can't say enough about not just Paige Parker, but the whole team playing great defense behind her. Tonight was a tribute to a great pitching performance, and who shut down a very potent offense and a defense that made incredible plays behind her. We came out strong early, scored first, and then we got stagnant. And I will give Martin did a great job of keeping us a little off balance, and I could feel like our bodies looked like they were getting tired, and we just couldn't get our legs into things and get the ball through the infield. But they did a nice job of keeping us into ground outs and not really allowing us to get really our legs into things. But that's part of the this team was starting to run out of gas, and so it was just pure adrenaline and love for team that kept them going tonight.
All right, we go for questions. Young lady in the back.
Young lady, thank you. Jenny Carlson with the Oklahoman. I'll take that. Patty, first question to you. You stayed in the dugout through much of the early celebration, teams dogpiling. I'm kind of just walk me through what you were thinking, feeling in those moments. And then can I ask Shay and Aaron, Coach mentioned the fact that you guys didn't use the young nature of this team as an excuse. How did she help rally you guys together to make this run?
I just first thing went to my knees. It was a very stressful week, and that's all I could do. Took a breath, turned around, saw JT. First I saw Coach Lombardi, and we're just kind of crying on each other because we both felt tremendous amount of pressure because we love this team so much. We don't want to mess it up for them, and it's the hardest thing to do is be a pitching coach because every pitch you live with the pitcher on. So I'm so proud of her and JT, where people might have thought, hey, you're hiring your son. So I hope that's confirmation that he's pretty good. I turned around and found him. My daughter-in-law, Andrea, what a great job she did. The team was celebrating, and I just needed to celebrate my staff because they were phenomenal, and I wanted them to see me first, and the team was caught up in each other. So,
yeah. Shay, hold on, Cliff.
For me, it was more of coach just not letting me think I was a freshman. And that goes for the whole team. They allowed me to just come in and play free. They said, well, even though you're a freshman, you're going to have to step up one way or another. And so I kind of took that to heart and was like, okay, I got you guys. I'm going to figure this out. Even though I'm a freshman, I'm not going to try to do too big, be too big, do anything out of what I've already done, and just help you guys to the best of my ability. And I couldn't thank Coach or the seniors or anybody else on my team enough for it.
Yeah, I think the first thing that Coach mentioned when this year started was we will never use the excuse that we're young. And that kind of just set the stake for the rest of the year. Our mantra for the year was team. We lost some really good seniors, and we weren't going to let that defeat us. And I think this team really took that upon themselves to prove to the nation that we can do it without those big names. Our freshmen absolutely stepped up. They played like veterans the entire year. They're going to do some amazing things for years to come.
James Hale, Sports Talk 1400, The Ref. Patty, you had to make a tough decision yesterday, and of course things didn't work out in the end. But you had Parker come back, and she was outstanding today, which proves again, you know, you're one of the best coaches in the country. Your decisions, you're always convinced in what you're going to do. But still, you know, when you woke up today and you got ready today, were you feeling pretty good about things?
Yeah. It was a tough deal, but I appreciate your comments, but it was a team decision. I mean, I talked with our coaching staff. We shared it with the team. We talked with Paige. It was about her gas tank and where it was, and I think now we can talk about it. Are you okay with that? Okay. So I think Paige would tell you that she was yesterday, when she threw the first game against Auburn, her tank was about half full. So for a half full beating them, that's pretty big because they're just a very, very good offense. When I talked to her on Tuesday morning after an ice bath, I think it was at 30, a third of a tank, which is not enough to beat that team. And if we would have tried and put her out there, even in the third when we had a lead, I don't know that. My heart is with this kid first. And to put her in a non-winning potential situation, I couldn't do that because she helped us get here. So it was, you know, we're going to do the best we can to win that game on Tuesday, give her rest. The only way I would have brought her in is if we would have scored and she saw her go down late. And then the fact that we didn't score and we didn't use her, I sent her a text this morning and she didn't answer it, so it scared me a little bit. But I think her comment was 75%. And when you add adrenaline in that, you probably get to 85 to 90%. And that would give us a chance to win a championship. So thank you, Paige, for filling your gas tank.
Yeah, Cliff Brunt, Associated Press. This is for the players. I know you all, dream of playing here, but just what did it mean to you all to be able to celebrate this in front of all that crimson?
Paige.
It was one of the most fantastic feelings that I've ever had in my whole life. Our fans this year have been so vital to all of the things that we've done. They've supported us so much, and to have all of them here and to have all of our families here as well just meant so much to us, and it was just incredible to get to share this feeling with them as well.
Sooner Nation, I don't even know what to say about them. They're incredible. To look up in between innings, even during an inning, to see them smiling down at us, saying, you guys got this, yelling for us, screaming for us, doing whatever they can to keep us going, it's huge for us, and we couldn't thank them anymore, and I couldn't thank them anymore, especially being a freshman, seeing this firsthand, like, it's unbelievable, especially seeing them on TV. You always want to be in that position, and for me to see that, it's huge.
Yeah, I would say the connection that this team has with their fans is very, very special. We have something that a lot of programs don't, and that's Sooner tradition. This university is something incredible, and I think anyone that's a part of it could say that. As a senior, I can't thank our fans enough playing here has been the greatest 4 years of my life.
Sooner Nation has been amazing. Just looking up there into the stands, like Shay was saying, and seeing everybody's hands up, knowing that they got us and we got them, was just so much fun. And being a freshman and seeing that and being a part of this was such an amazing feeling.
I'd have to agree with everyone. Just looking out and seeing all the red, especially from behind home, I get a cool a view of the whole outfield packed with crimson and cream. I mean, there's nothing better than that. And I know at one point, too, we had the infield and the outfield screaming Boomer Sooner. And at that point, I was like, we're in this. We got this. No matter what happens, our fans are behind us, and there's not a better feeling.
Joey Helmer, OUinsider.com for Paige. As it turns out, obviously, you were healthy and, fully rested today. How big was it for those two to eat up innings yesterday, as it turns out now?
Kelsey and Jaden did a fantastic job yesterday, and I couldn't be more proud of them. They've worked so hard this whole year, and I'm just so proud of the heart and the fight that they showed. And, after the game, they both talked to me, and they were like, go out and do it for the pitching staff. And that meant so much to me because – we're out in the bullpen, the four of us, every day together, and we see how much each other fight and how much we all work so hard. And it was just really special what they did yesterday. Even though we didn't get the outcome that we wanted yesterday, what they did was phenomenal, and I'm just so proud of them.
Paige, Tony Sakalas, Anderson Star, you retired the final 12 batters you faced. Was there an extra gear that you kind of kicked it into, and then kind of describe that for us?
I definitely think that there was. Their pitcher was doing a great job, and I knew how important it was to keep their offense off balance so that our offense could have a little bit of wiggle room, because I know how hard our offense was fighting to score off of her, and she did a great job. And so I just kind of took myself to another level and just went into another gear, and I was willing to do whatever I had to help this team win.
It's Dwayne Rankin, Montgomery Advertiser. 2 questions. First one's for Paige. Auburn was talking about they were looking forward to seeing you again because they felt like they kind of had a bead on what you were doing in Game 1. How much were you looking forward to seeing them in Game 3?
I was pretty excited. They are a very good offensive team, and they are a very well-coached team, and I knew that they were going to come out and fight. And so I had to get myself mentally prepared, and I give a lot of credit to Coach Lombardi. This whole year, she has worked so hard at preparing us for each team that we were going to face. And, she came out and we had a really, really good game plan against them. And it was just going out there and executing it. And I just give a lot of credit to her and a lot of credit to Leah. I couldn't have done anything without the two of them and our other pitchers as well. So it's just a testament to how fantastic of a pitching coach Coach Lombardi is.
And just to follow up for Coach, she's come such full circle when you look at what happened last year in Tuscaloosa and to see what happens now. How ironic is it that the ball was in her hands to win a World Series?
I'll never forget that moment with Paige at Alabama. And truly, she went from a girl to a woman in one weekend. And I knew that things would change for her once she started her sophomore campaign. I think it's pretty relative how we faced Alabama out in Fullerton. Paige threw well. She did it here again. And just to see her continue to live in another level that it's hard. Elite athletes can get there. Not every athlete can. Paige found that place in Alabama last year, and I almost have to be somewhat grateful that we had to go through that experience because we wouldn't be here right now if she didn't.
Graham. Patty Graham Hayes, ESPNW. If you go back to January or February, what sense did you have of what this team's potential could be compared to the teams you had in 2000, 2013 at the same stage?
They're all laughing, so I guess that I didn't know. I think our start of our season, we went out to UNLV and we lost, I think, our first 2 games. We were 0-2. We lost to Minnesota and we lost to Washington. And it was almost panic from the first weekend. All of us were like, wow, what happened? They were scared, very tight. And I think we just started to understand, and they're going to laugh when I say this word, because every time I say it, they laugh. But the word freedom is what this group is about. The freedom to make mistakes. You're jerks. Yeah, now you're going to throw me under the bus. The freedom to make mistakes. And they can be good mistakes because you can learn from them. And that is why this group can be so loose, because they can play the way they need to play without me pointing my finger in their face or anybody, If the only time I would get on them is if they didn't put out maximum effort. Besides that, we just had to learn a lot. And the more we played, the better we got. But they had this tenacious energy about them that they love competition, they love challenges, and they don't like to be beat. And they take it very personal. But them together as a team is so powerful and so strong.
Hey, Paige, you had some rough early innings that you had runners on and no outs, and it just seemed to something seemed to galvanize in you in those situations. You'd let the defense work, you'd get a strikeout, get something right. What was going through your head, your body, just everything in those moments?
Just do not, I just couldn't, I just was determined to not let them score. I knew how hard our offense was working, and I wanted them to have freedom to play. And so it was just about going out there in those tough situations, being even tougher, going to another level, and just being determined to not let them score.
Patty, a lot of the talk recently has been about your freshmen and your underclassmen. Can you talk about the role that your seniors had on this team? And then, Aaron, can you just talk about your role throughout the season and then recently in the last couple of games?
It was, I think, July or maybe early August. I had Katie Self and Aaron Miller come to my house, and we were going to make some coaching changes, and I presented them with the idea of JT. And they knew JT, and I needed their blessing and their thumbs up on that. And they did, and they bought in, and they really worked hard to help him fit with his new style, which isn't so new. It's still the same kind of swing plane and so forth, but it just has a little more aggressiveness to it. And then we talked about the amount of freshmen we have and how important they're going to be on this team. And they welcome them with open arms, because I don't know when they were freshmen that they were treated the same way. And I think they had an idea, when we're seniors, we're not going to be like that. We're going to take them in, and we're going to teach them, and we're going to love on them, and we're going to make them feel welcome and a part of this team. And they knew that they needed to, because they're good. They were very talented, and we needed them in the lineup. It was such an important part of our success. The seniors owned this team. They did it right, from Paris Townsend helping us get involved as a team, and Aaron and Katie, Kelsey Stevens, Tori Nerschel. They all kind of bonded together and said, let's see what we can do with this group and leave a legacy and teach them the right way. And we would not be here without them doing that. No question.
I think as a senior class, what we wanted to do was create a new atmosphere. And no matter what the outcome was going to be at the end of the year, we wanted this team to know that this is how a team is supposed to feel. Especially with this young class, we knew they were going to be imperative to our success. So bringing them in and making them feel like a part of this group as soon as we could was our ultimate goal. And I think, obviously a championship is the icing on the cake, but our goal was really to create a new tradition of this is how Sooner softball lives. we're a unit. We live and die together, and I think we succeeded with that.
Aaron, John McKelvey with Norman Transcript. I just want to ask, against Kansas, your last loss before this series, you said it was laborsome. I think everybody watches you now and don't feel that way about this team. What changed? What did you guys do to make it more fun, make it more enjoyable to be out there on the field?
I think this whole year, we've really focused on letting our personalities shine, having fun, playing loose, playing free. So I think that has really been something that we've clung to, was just being ourselves no matter what the situation is. That was really the talk before this game, was don't change who you are. That's how we got to this point, and we went back there, and I think that's just who we are. That's how this team lives.
James Hale, Sports Talk 1400 The Ref. Leah, nobody knows about a pitching performance better than the catcher, so if you could take us through Paige's performance today, and Fale, if you could take us through the RBI single after she's done, that would be great.
Yeah, Paige, just from Monday to now, just even watching film, we sat a lot. We worked a lot with Coach Lombardi, us and the pitching staff, and kind of broke down their swings just from Monday to today. We spent several hours doing that, and I think just we made a few adjustments here and there, and she was incredible. I think Paige could admit her changeup, it wasn't working for the past couple of games. We've been struggling with it. A couple of different things. We looked at it, figured it out, and I think that was a big difference in today's game. But yeah, she was just nailing every spot tonight. She had a lot of tight spin, hitting the corners. I mean, working with the umpire, I can't say enough about how well she did and how she stepped up. And I know someone commented earlier about how she went to another level with the last 12 batters. I think absolutely she didn't miss. Everything she threw was on point. We had a purpose with every pitch, and going into every batter, she knew, I'm going to get this one, and we knew how we were going to go at it. So I think she did an awesome job of executing the plan, and hats off to Coach Lombardi as well with helping with that. So.
I think when I was going out there, I was just thinking, just get a base hit, just get on. And we had 2 outs, and I got the base hit. I ran it out. I tripped. Second time. 2 times. Well, not once, but twice. 2 times. Yeah, I was just trying to beat it out for my teammates and just give it all I have. And if I fall, I fall. We still score. So, yeah.
Scott Wright from the Oklahoman. Fale and Shay, it's not that long ago that you guys were still playing travel ball and finishing up your high school careers. What has the last year of your lives been like, culminating with this tonight?
Okay, well, for me and Fale, we were on, I guess, rival travel ball teams. And we all know how that one turned out. But to be Fale's teammate it's incredible. And I think for both of us, this year has turned our worlds around. We see a whole new light. We see what family and what team really means to us. And I couldn't thank Fale enough for being there for me, making me laugh, being one of my dance partners along with Aaron Miller here. It's fun, and Fale is a competitor, and I love being her teammate.
Yeah, in travel ball, it was always me and Shay going at it, our 2 rival teams, and just in high school and pushing and everything, like through travel ball, it was always me against Shay, and then finally coming together on the same team with Sid on the same team. She was on my team too, and then finally going all together. I think it was such a fun experience, and dancing together now with Aaron, Cece, and Shay. It's just a fun experience, fun to be around.
All right, final question.
Coach Seth Austin, ABC 3340 in Birmingham, Alabama. Congratulations. Auburn, Coach Clint Myers said after the first win that they were trying to prove they belong with teams like Oklahoma, Arizona's, the Alabamas. Can you say they've arrived? Will they be a team that's going to be here annually?
Absolutely. They're good. They're good. They're well coached. They're good athletes. They don't make a lot of mistakes. So it was a little uncharacteristic, I think, some of the things that were going on. But on a big stage like that, sometimes when you want something so bad, mistakes can happen. But you have to have a masterful performance like Paige had to beat a team like that. And their pitching staff is good. They did a good job. So they earned every right to be in this game. They made us have to go to another level to beat them. They were intense games, hard fought, very even teams, same kind of style. We both do have the same kind of style. So, yeah, I absolutely expect Auburn will be around for a long time.
All right, Coach, ladies, again, congratulations. Thank you.